little bit?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I'm just trying to be the best quarterback, best teammate that I can be for the Buffalo Bills, and every time I step on the field, and that's my goal. Now, there's a player here or there that, maybe I did cross the line. I wouldn't say it's all the time, but there might be a situation where it's like, hey, I shouldn't have made this decision, obviously, and you're gonna have bad throws, you're gonna have tip balls. Those are the interceptions that you're gonna have to live with. It's the bad decisions that I've made a couple times in the last few games, and we've done a lot of good things. Like, I don't want to take that away. We've done a lot of good things. Guys are working really hard. We're running the ball really well. But sometimes that one or two decisions can cost you a game, and it's come back to bite us. So, cleaning that up and just playing smarter football.
John mentioned take what the defense gives you. You mentioned checkdowns. This town had a lot of checkdowns over the years before you got here. That's not who you are, basically, though, is it? To be safe and check down?
Again, I'm just trying to make the best play, and sometimes that's the best play for our team. And it's that constant. I can make a play, or I can trust somebody else to make a play. That I've battled with my entire football career, and trying to do too much sometimes, and it'll hurt you. So again, just playing quarterback the right way and the smart way, and again, allowing our guys to make plays in space and not always trying to force the ball downfield, and just getting back to that. Yeah, you just keep shooting. I'm going to have the same mindset in terms of, being aggressive. But again, Coach Dorsey talks about it, smart but not conservative. So just trying to get back to that, and again, just go out there, play freely, not try to make a mistake, or not try to not make a mistake. Play football and be the quarterback that I know I am, and the teammates think that I am and trust me to be. So that's really all it comes down to. Well, I've always prided myself on, keeping the next play mindset and not worrying about what happened last play. As a quarterback in this league, you got to be able to have a short-term memory and forget about what just happened and move on. And again, I think we go look back at this last game and the fumble in the end zone that gave them a lead, and we had, I think, 36 seconds, something like that. We could have easily just, threw in the towel there, but guys stuck to the script. We went down and gave ourselves a chance in overtime. So we got a lot of resiliency on this team. So again, I'm not gonna let that bog me down or make me play any less aggressive.
You always respond. At times the offense hasn't had maybe as much dimension as it has in the past. Whether it's Dawson kind of picked it up, whether it's to get him going, or Gabe hasn't quite been as effective as he's been, or as consistent maybe as he's been in the past. Running game, he hasn't necessarily been able to stay with it. For example, this past week, those are like three examples. Is maybe part of what you're going through the result of some of that? And how do you open up or reopen some of those other areas of the offense?
No, I think it's almost the opposite. Again, just me making smarter decisions is going to help everything else. Sometimes allowing our check down game to be our run game. Things aren't going particularly great in that aspect, but again, we've got guys that are hungry, guys that are working each and every day, and Coach Dorsey's going to find a game plan that suits us best, and we're going to go try and attack. And again, if it calls for 40 passes in a game, if it calls for 40 runs in a game, that's what our team is willing to do. We got a lot of guys that just want to win football games, so that's our mindset with that.
I don't know if you saw or heard Patrick Peterson talk about final play on a podcast and what he saw throughout the game, what he saw in film, and kind of how he predicted and knew it was coming. Is that just something that happens every week that guys, hey,
yeah, I mean,
professionals, or is it something that does make you go back and say, hey, maybe that's something we need to tweak a little bit so that it doesn't happen?
Again, that's an all-pro vet cornerback that's played a long time in this league. He's probably seen everything that anybody can throw at him, making a play. But again, we can do something different. And again, I can find a check down, or I can tuck it and run and not try to force a ball there. But again, that's you're going to have guys in this league that can do things like that, and that watch film and again have been around the league for a long time. So maybe just picking and choosing when to throw at that guy. He made a good play. It is what it is there.
Josh, you had said that the injury didn't impact you during the game, but mentally, is it something that it's hard not to think about? Because it's your right arm. It's not like it's hard to forget about it. Is it something that you're thinking about when you're throwing?
I think it could if you let it. And I trusted what I was told by our strength staff, and they did such a good job of allowing me to be in that training room hours on end. They helped me. Joseph Mika, whether it's stretching me out, modalities, Tobe, Nate. I mean, really everybody in there. Anything I needed, I pretty much got, and they were on top of everything. So I appreciate all the work that they put in for me to get back out there. But no, when I'm on the field, I mean, it's all about the game and just trying to win a football game, and that's about it.
I'm sure you were asked about
Is it
this.
something that you're gonna have to manage as like the season goes on? Like, is it something that's gonna kind of linger? Are you expecting, or is it like what's the recovery?
It'll get to a point, where it's back to normal, and I don't feel it and don't have to worry about it. But until that time comes, just being smart with it and making sure I'm not doing anything stupid in walkthroughs and not throwing it very hard, and just staying in the training room and still getting treatment on it.
I was going to ask that. I mean, to what extent? I'm sure you were asked off the top, but some of us were delayed in getting in here. To what extent are you limited this week, and does it impact your preparation?
No, it doesn't impact my preparation. Again, we got Case, and Matt that are stepping in, and whether they're throwing for me or doing all that stuff, we got vets that understand it. And again, just making sure that I'm going through each rep in my mind, and the training staff has me on a specific plan that we'll follow, and that's kind of up to them, but we'll trust them with that.
On Sunday, you decided not to go off that first set of warm-ups before the game. What went into that decision? Is it something you may do again this upcoming week? And you guys are such creatures of habit. Did that throw you off at all?
I mean, I don't think it did. I think we came out and we're pretty much firing on all cylinders early in that game. And the decision was just, don't need to be throwing as many balls, really. I'll get my warm-ups right before the game. So that's really all it was.
I know it's your job to.
No idea. We'll see.
I know it's your job to block out all of the noise during a week. Is it even possible to block out the noise of a week like last week, when everywhere you look, it's always going to play. Oh, he's not going to play. Oh, it's this long of an injury. Oh, it's like there were so many opinions out there. How do you possibly block all of that out?
Yeah, I didn't know what people were saying, because I knew in my mind what was going to happen. That's all I cared about. I had one goal in mind, and that was playing the game. And again, put a lot of hours in that training room to be able to play. So I didn't really care what anybody else was saying.
Played in some crazy weather games here before. How do you approach the possibility of so much snow potentially this weekend, and how that might change how you have to play your game?
Yeah, I mean, that remains to be seen, I guess, in terms of how much snow we get in the next few days. And if we don't get any snow on game day, it is what it is. But I'm sure the surrounding area of the field is going to be pretty snowy. But I'm just trying to make sure I'm letting everybody in the locker room know, especially some of these rookies that have never driven in snow before, kind of what to do. We got ice scrapers in front there for our guys to take home, just to be safe and drive with caution.
You've been very good at responding to challenges and questions about whatever, sliding, losing, games that you lost. What gives you the confidence that in the face of questions of these turnovers that you are capable of responding? What gives you that confidence?
The guys in the locker room, the coaching staff that we've got, the faith that they have in me, and understand that I got to have that trust in them. And the ball is the most important thing in this building. That's what we talk about in our meeting rooms. Coach McDermott talks about it. That ball is everybody's family in your hands. So just getting back to that mindset and just making smarter decisions.
Do you feel you have to repay that faith now after these last 3 games to a small extent?
No, I'm
the faith they have in you that you.
Again, just go out and play football the way I know how to play.
With Case, I know you've talked or spoken highly of him for so long, but last week you said getting more time. You've worked with a few different backup quarterbacks. What does he do maybe different than other guys you've worked with that's positive for this team that you've seen?
Yeah, I think one thing especially is talking with guys. If I see a route and like I throw a ball, if I slap my hands and it's like, was he too wide? Was he this? I'm like, it seemed a little wide. Runs over and talks to him right away. And after meetings, like, hey, this guy's feeling this way. Like, let's. So he's very intuitive. He really knows how to talk to people, and he's been great for me, in that quarterback room, and as well as having Barkley back. So we have a lot of fun in our room. But two guys that can be extremely serious and very professional when they need to be.
I know he does a lot with the scout team too, so those moments, is that more in practice itself live, or is that in meetings?
A little bit of both, yeah.
Josh, just
Last
talking
one.
about the weather, have any of the guys talked to you about that 2017 snowboard, anything like that? Have you seen any video of it?
I've seen video of it, but I really think the only guy that was here maybe have been Dion and Trey. So I know someone said it was like 7 or 8 years to the date almost when that happened. So yeah, I guess we'll find out.